Good morning, sir.
Hi, sir. Good morning. Hi, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Hi.
Good,
It's afternoon, right?
Very,
Yep.
very good afternoon, sir.
good afternoon, sir.
Good
Yes.
afternoon, sir.
Good
Hi.
afternoon, sir.
Great. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are waiting for others to join, then we will begin with the event.
Hey guys, good afternoon to all. I sincerely request each one of you to kindly invite your friends because we'll be starting with the event very shortly. Um, Mr. Vishal, sir, would be telling some really cool anecdotes about his life, followed up with a lot of cool events happening. So ask each and everyone in your friend circle to join in numbers.
Okay, sir.
very, very good afternoon to everyone. Can you hear me, guys? Can you hear me, students?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that's
Yes, sir.
nice. In
Yes, sir.
fact, okay, so that's pretty nice. So Lakshita just
So,
message.
Vishal,
Yeah, yes, Lakshita, please
yeah.
carry on.
No, sir, you can do that, sir.
No, please, you start. If you something, please start.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So, good afternoon, everyone. Warm greetings of the day to all of you. I, on behalf of TSCP 2021, welcome you all to our event. My name is Lakshita Goel, and I will be your official host for the day. So, today we are back with our weekly events where we organize various fun activities for you and webinars uh, that provide valuable information to all of you. Today, we are pleased to inform you about the introduction of a new webinar series called as Travel Memoirs, where we will be joined by various industry experts and faculty members that provide valuable information to all of you. So, before beginning with the event, I would like to invite Prashant sir to say a few words.
Well, a very, very good afternoon to everyone, my dear students. Now, this is for the. In fact, yesterday Lakshita called me and asked me that if I was available for today's event. Incidentally, I had to go to my native village. So, but still, when I saw that photograph of mine on the message that I was the only speaker today, so I thought of better start late to my place because uh, you know, uh, travel memoirs. It's something really nice that you have started. The thing which you have started. But what I feel as of now is that it's quite difficult to remember because there are so many things. When you are taking a class, the things come out automatically, because as and when there is a reference in the lecture, the thing or the event or whatever has happened to you while you were traveling around the globe, it comes out automatically. But when you really have to think of something and you have to be the speaker or the narrator, so called, it happens to be quite an arduous task. But still, I would like to start or share with you whatever little travel experiences I have had. Most of you must have heard what I would be saying because you have been my regular students. But still, so, okay, fine. So, travel memoirs is something which says that whatever we remember from our travel trips, that are we supposed to share with you. Dear students, I would just like to take a little bit back. I would just like to go a little back from the travel memoirs or a little before I started my journey as a travel professional. I did my master's with specialization in tourism way back in 1999, and after a small say a small stint at the job with British Airways or Ashoka Resorts, I planned to make a plunge into the field of business. That is, start my own travel organization by the name of Elevation Holiday Tours Private Limited. So I started my company, Elevation Holiday Tours Private Limited, in 2003 or 4, supposedly. Now, why I'm telling you this is because I would just like to tell you that why experience is important if you have to start your own business in the travel line or for that matter in any line. Why experience is important. I'll just tell you something. I did not have the experience of a travel organization, though I had done my masters. But in the masters, the knowledge is limited to the theory only. So as far as what exactly happens into the practice. Okay, so what exactly happens into the practice that we were not taught, and I did not do any job in any travel company, and started my own business. And my very first, now see where the lack of experience plays. I would come to my travel memoirs surely, but I would like to start from here. How exactly the experience takes the main importance, the experience which I did not have. See how what sort of problems did it create for me. So that's the reason why I keep on telling my students to please do some job. You have to do a job or you have to take some sort of an experience before you start your journey into any line for that matter. Okay. So this was my very first tour. I still remember the name of my first client. His name was Amit Gupta, and I was designing something in his office. He had a showroom in Sector 17 by the name of Ajanta Graphics, and I was designing my travel brochure over there, knowing nothing about what traveling is, and I started designing my own travel brochure in his office. And he told me that he wanted to go to Singapore and on cruise along with his newlywed wife. It was a honeymoon couple that I got as my very first client. So I used to travel at night to Delhi just to have the information as to how exactly the tour would go, how exactly the cruise is going to move. In the morning, again at night, I used to come back, counsel my customer, and in the night, again, I used to go to Delhi, get all the relevant information. Again, this happened for nearly 8, 9, 10, 12 days. I did not know how to take information on the telephone because I could not comprehend the information, the terminology which was being used by the travel experts over there in Cox and Kings. I still remember Cox and Kings was the company through which I did my very first tour. I did not comprehend the terminology these guys were in fact using. So I thought that if I'm going to call them, they won't take me seriously. So I have to be in front of them in order to have any information. So with all my nonsense questions to them, I was finally able to get something out of it and delivered all the tickets and vouchers to my customer, got his visa done also. Now, finally, my customer, my very first customer, my very first client, he reaches the airport and gives me a call from there and tells me and tells me that Vishal, you have not got done my ECNR, that is immigration check not required. In those days, there was a stamp of ECNR to be done on the passport. I did not get it done for my client. Why? Because I did not know that there was any such obligation to be performed. Sitting way back at my place, I did not know what to do. It was a huge tour, my very first tour, business class air tickets, five-star hotels, superstar Virgo, 3 night, 4 days with the best room available in the cruise. It was a huge ticket. It was a huge package along with quantum of dreams of my client to go on a tour with his newlywed wife. And I was ruining it all to the core. I was destroying it because I did not have the experience of how many stamps there were supposed to be done when a customer has to go to Singapore. This was finally what happened. My client requested someone at the airport. What they did, what they did not, I do not know. But my client traveled. When he came back, he gave me a call, bashed me, and I deserved that bashing because I didn't know what exactly to do at that point of time. Now, this was the very first thing that really hit me when I started my company as a travel professional without any experience. My second experience, my second memoir. It's a travel memoir. Now this one is a travel memoir, along with the lack of experience attached to it. Please listen to this thing very carefully because there are so many students who just move into the world of business, who just think that they would be able to do things. And surely you need to have dreams, you need to take a plunge. But my dear students, do not shy away from taking the relevant experience in the field. At least a little bit experience, a strong knowledge has to be there if you plan to take a plunge into the pool. Okay. Now the second one. Um, I had I have a very good circle of mine. So a friend of mine gave me a corporate. That corporate was Airtel, very strong corporate. That corporate used to do it. I mean, even today, that corporate deals with or used to deal with the best of the organizations in the market. But this friend of mine referred me to Airtel, and Airtel selected me as one of the travel companies on its panel. So this was my second tour. So see my luck, Airtel selects me, and see my nonsense system that I did not have the experience. Now I'm in the panel of Airtel without any experience, and I'm dealing with and in fact, I'm competing with the best of the companies. These companies have the experience of hundreds of years, like that of Thomas Cook and Cox and Kings and whatnot. So the very first deal of Airtel dealers I get for Kathmandu. This is my this was my first international holiday to Kathmandu as a travel professional, though I have traveled domestically and internationally with my parents when I was a school going child. But as a travel professional, as my own, this was the first international trip I had with nearly 100 passengers going with me. In those days, Royal Nepal Airlines used to go, and I made sure that I have everything, whatever I required. So I came to know that there is no ECNR stamp when you go to Kathmandu. Perfectly fine. There is no visa if you want to go to Kathmandu. Perfectly fine. So I got the tickets. I did everything. Got the hotels booked, and this was the first and the last trip I traveled with the customers. After that, I never traveled with any of the groups. I always had specialists traveling with them because they know how to handle the situations. So I, along with 100 passengers, went to the airport. Still, it gives me goosebumps when I think of that thing. I went to the airport, 100 people by my side. I go to the counter of Royal Nepal Airlines. I show them the tickets. They confirm the tickets, and then they say, please ask your clients to give their voter identity cards. So, voter identity cards? I mean, who calls for the voter identity cards if you have to travel internationally? I was told only two things. One was visa and the other was ECNR. Now, why do you want me to get the voter identity cards of my clients? They said, if you have to travel to Kathmandu, you need to carry your voter ID card or your passport. If you don't have your passport, no problem. Show me your voter ID card. I, with the executive, with 100 people standing behind me, and I was supposed to give them the information of their life. The flight was to go in 2 hours, and we were in Delhi. The clients were from Chandigarh, Punjab, Haryana, different locations, and I was supposed to tell them, "Give me your voter identity cards." Now, I thought that I would be getting a nervous breakdown at this point of time. I don't know what happened. I turned my back and I told my customers, that the leader of the group, that I want everyone's voter ID card. He said that no one is carrying the voter ID card. You never told us to carry the voter ID card. Now what to do? With folded hands and folded knees, I went to the immigration officers and I told them that, sir, this is my very first trip. It is a humble request. Please let them board. He said that, Mr. Vishal, this is a precondition that you have to fulfill. No going, no boarding without a voter identity card. It's not possible. The world went blank in front of me because 100 passengers, a corporate, I would have got into the most lethal legal troubles. And I had to return, I don't know how many times the money used for the trip. And I did not keep anything for myself. I had given everything to the airlines or the hotels or the sightseeing people in Kathmandu. The entire money was paid. I don't know from where Hanumanji came, my God, whom I always refer to whenever I am in a dilemma, that you have to help me at this point of time, sir. I told my God, my Hanumanji, that you have to help me. And suddenly an immigration officer gets up and asks me, Vishal, if you can get a faxed copy of all the people of their voter identity cards. In those days, fax copies used to be there. There was no email. Okay. Even if there was any email, in the entire India, I think only 10 people must have had the email IDs. So fax used to be in the play at that point of time. If you can get the fax copies of the voter identity cards of your clients, then I will make them board the flight. I told my customers that this is the only thing that can be done. After coming back from Kathmandu, you can hit me in whatever way you want, but this point of time, the only remedy we have to this lacuna is to get the fax copies of your voter identity cards. Within 1.5 hours, and from one phone only, one fax, one phone, I got 100 fax copies, 100 fax copies of the voter identity cards. Because fax was also not available everywhere. If I had called somewhere in Jalandhar, in some village in Jalandhar, so that village did not have the fax machine. So the person going from the house, picking up the voter identity card and getting it faxed would have really taken would have really taken a toll. So anyhow, I the fax copies came, and I in fact flew with my customers to Kathmandu. Again, there was some sort of a problem going on with the with this with the hotel. They were not very satisfied, but that was okay for me because I had come from such a huge a huge predicament, a huge uncertain situation that, my dear, what to do. So I was feeling relaxed, even if my customers were not enjoying the grandeur of the hotel. That's fine. Okay, I said that. Okay, they'll start enjoying. It's a 5-day holiday. They'll have it. Again, the problem came up when the tour ended and we were going back to the Nepal or the Kathmandu airport. And the problem was, I was told there is an airport fees, Vishal, that you have to pay over here. 500 rupees for one client. 500 rupees for one client. 100 clients. Approximately 50,000 rupees required. I did not have 50,000 rupees with me. And I told my supplier, "Yaar, you could have told me this thing before, that I was supposed to collect 500 rupees from everyone and as an airport fees and give it at the airport." He said, "Sir, I thought that you know it." Again, the experience came here. Again, the experience came here. Again, I did not know what to do, because these are the same people whom I had asked for a voter identity card, and the only thing left was that they did not kill me. And now I'm going again to those 100 people and asking them, please give me 500 rupees per person. Why would they give me? They had negotiated, the corporate had negotiated with me the cost. Why corporate is going to give me 500 rupees per person? Corporate don't give you even a single rupee. Again, I told them, this is the only thing that we can do. I have got 10,000-12,000 rupees. Rest, you have to arrange the money. I told my supplier, arrange something, do anything. I cried at the airport. And finally, we were able to arrange those. Because usually what happens is that the airport fees is always attached to the air ticket. In nowhere in the world you have an airport fees extra to be paid extra. You don't have anywhere in the world. But yes, in Kathmandu, it did happen. Somehow I was able to arrange 50,000 rupees. Again, I called the great leader of my life, Hanumanji, that please come and help me because I am an nincompoop. I am a stupid person who has taken this decision of starting his own business, doing nothing, knowing nothing. So please help me, sir. I called him, and he again came to my assistance, again came to my help. And we were able to still I'm unable to pronounce the things properly. This is really such a traumatic experience. I've just not got out of it till now. It has been more than 16-17 years. So again, we were able to arrange this 50,000 rupees, give it to the airline or the airport people as the airport fees, and came back. And I don't remember what happened after that. I never went to Airtel after that. I never went to Airtel. Airtel never called me. And it was a very, very, I am not getting the right type of adjective over here. It was such a horrifying experience to me. Anyhow, so I have narrated my two experiences, one with my client Amit Gupta, the second with my with a 100 passenger tour to Kathmandu. No other incidents ever occurred in my life which were this horrific. But yes, I would like to say, once you need to take care of your belongings when you are traveling. You need to take care of your belongings when you travel, belongings especially of your travel documents. Again, I had an experience. Though it came out nicely, but the experience was there. I was traveling international. I was at the Zurich airport in Switzerland, and I was to take my flight to Frankfurt in Germany. And after taking my boarding pass, I was having a coffee at the lounge in the airport, and finally 20-30 minutes before the flight was to take off, but half an hour before the flight was to take off, there was an announcement at the Zurich airport, announcement of my name. Mr. Vishal Vashisht, you are required to report at Falana Falana counter. I said that, what the hell have I done? You are asking me to report at, the one announcement in a foreign country of my name. I did not know what I had done. I would ever be able to see my family. The police is going to catch me. They are calling my name at the airport, my dear. What's the problem? So I could not muster the courage of standing up and going there, but I had to because my name was being announced 2-3 times, and I was saying that okay. I went to that place, and they asked me, from which country have you come? I said, I have come from India. Where are you going? I'm going to Paris. I'm going to this place, Frankfurt. Okay, so how did you board flight from India? What travel document did you have? Well, this is the travel document. I had my passport. And which travel document did you show at the airport in Switzerland? Over here in Zurich. My passport. Where the hell is your passport? My passport is with me. What's the problem? I said, show us your passport. And I went into my bags, into my all sorts of whatever I had in my hand, and my passport was not there. And I said, I don't know, sir, where exactly my passport has gone. You have deliberately lost your passport. You're not happy with India. You want to stay in Europe. No, I don't want to stay in Europe. They have their own connotations in their mind that anybody who loses passport, anybody deliberately loses passport, anybody, in fact, then they do their entire inquiry. Finally, I was able to make to the flight. They returned my passport after whatever confirmations they wanted from my side. And I got my passport back and I traveled through the trip. One more memoir again. This time I had forgotten something somewhere, my passport. And the incident which I'm going to narrate to you just now was that I, in fact, lost something, if I'm not wrong. Lost is the right word, not forgotten, yes. So I was in Dubai, coming back to Delhi, Emirates. I, again, just 45 minutes for the flight to take off, half an hour. Waiting in the lounge, I was reading a book. I still remember the book. It's in my library, Osama bin Laden. The book was on Osama bin Laden. Nice book. So everything went off nicely, and I went to the terminal where I was supposed to board my flight. Went in. The executive, the airline staff was standing at the gate, and they asked, and you were supposed to show them your boarding pass so that they can guide you towards your seat. So I started looking for my boarding pass, and the airline executive was in front of me. He was asking me my boarding pass, and I could not locate my boarding pass. I could not find my boarding pass. Where is my boarding pass? Again, I thought that I am again going to be in that sort of a trouble, Vishal. This is an Islamic nation, Dubai. I mean, Dubai is very much in our minds attached to all the underworld and nefarious activities. And I am without my boarding pass, about to board a flight there. Would I be now? What next to me? Would I be? I mean, I'll be labeled as what? So I told the airline staff that, यार boarding pass लिया तो था मैंने लिया था यार मैंने लिया था boarding pass कहाँ चला गया? He took me somewhere in the aeroplane, checked it on his system, and whatever he had to do, he did it, and finally gave me a new boarding pass. And on this boarding pass, I came back to my place, India. So what I still, such things can happen to me. There's no doubt to it. Such things can happen to anyone. I mean, even after whatever such things may happen. But still, the only lesson I have taken out of it is that be 110 times sure what all is required, what sort of documents you need to carry for yourself, for your passengers, what in fact and how to take care of your travel documents. You can get anything else. If you lose your luggage, if you lose money, everything can be arranged. If you lose your travel document, that is something which is a huge mind-boggling stuff, I would say. So so take care of your travel documents whenever you travel, international especially, and as and when you start your journey as a travel professional, do take the help of your seniors, do take the relevant experience, and then jump into the field of business after taking. It's not that I'm not making mistakes today. It's not like that. Even today I'm making mistakes. But, and I told you that after having an experience of nearly 12 to 13 years, that is, I started my journey in around about 2002, 2003. And in 2013 or 14, I faced the loss of my my life. And what was that loss? I lost nearly 25 lakh rupees in a few deals that I did, and that was because I was duped. मुझे धोखा दिया गया था. The supplier from whom I had taken the tickets ran away overnight, and I was supposed to make my clients travel, because five-star hotels were booked in Singapore and cruises and whatnot throughout the world. And I had to arrange the tickets straight off in those very flights at whatever cost I got. So it was a huge loss of around about 25, 30 lakh rupees that I faced in 2014 or 2013, January 2013, the ordeal started. And throughout the year, multiple tickets were booked through that supplier, and I kept on facing the losses like anything. But anyhow, such sort of things do happen to everyone. So, what my taking from my this little bit of journey is that please do take care of your belongings when you are traveling. Do take care of your travel documents. Do doubly check everything whenever you are arranging a tour for your customer. It's a big thing. It's a big thing. It's a huge thing, because the losses are so strong that you cannot even imagine. You cannot even imagine. GTA is the world's biggest online travel company. I had booked a few hotels through GTA. I had been booking hotels for the last since 2005, 6, 7, since I started my business. And 2014, what happened? There was an Indian main agent of GTA through which we used to do all our bookings. And I had booked a lot of hotels for my customers in Europe. And finally, my customer reached the hotel and the vouchers started bouncing. I said that I started getting calls that they are not honoring your bookings. I gave a call to the man who was responsible for the GTA bookings in India, and that man ran off overnight. This is travel trade. You are delivering all intangible stuff to your customers. Nothing is tangible. यहाँ पर मैं पेन दे रहा हूँ तो at least मैं कोई tangible, कोई concrete चीज तो दे रहा हूँ. Travel industry में तो it's all abstract. Nothing. You cannot see anything. The problem arises only when you reach at the spot, whether you have it or you don't have it. So the man flew, and again there was a loss, because if I had to sustain my name in the market, then I had to deliver my word. I had to deliver my word, no matter what the loss is. I cannot leave my customer in lurk. I have to give my customer whatever I have to. So the losses and profits, they keep on happening. But all I want to say, my dear students, is to just be doubly sure with your actions as a professional in whichever field you go. So आप वो कीजिए. बाकी आप मुझसे सवाल पूछ लो, मैं बता देता हूँ. इससे ज्यादा तो मेरे पास मटेरियल इस समय है नहीं. बाकी होगा तो मैं जरूर आपसे शेयर करना चाहूंगा बच्चे. Thank you. So thank you very much. Should we wind up, or somebody's gonna come? I'm not the host, so I don't know.
So thank you so much for the session, sir. I hope all the students have learned a lot from you. And thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. All the best, and enjoy yourself. Have fun. God bless. Thank you.
If any of you have any questions for sir, the house is open for the
questions. Yes, please. If anybody wants to ask anything, please go ahead. नहीं तो आप लोग तो यार बहुत अच्छे बच्चे हो. आप लोग तो बहुत इंटेलिजेंट हो. Okay.
You can type in the chat box or just unmute yourself.
Thank you then.
We have a question from
just a second. I'm too tired. Yes. So what is the question, Lakshita? If you could just get me the question, bache.
Sure, sir. The question is from Stenson. Keys. What would be your reaction if this pandemic would have happened in 2003 or 2004?
If this pandemic would have happened in 2003 to 2004, I don't know. I mean, this is This is again because if the pandemic would have happened at that time, I know why this question is being asked. Because some of you or Stanzen who has asked this question might have been thinking of starting his own concern, starting his own company after the course. So Stanzen, that's fine. If it had happened at that time, I still would have started because it's a temporary phase that would finally pass. But yes, I would have prepared. I would have liked to prepare myself more meticulously and more stringently. I would say, more vehemently, more strongly. And again, I have my students in front of me. It's only one thing. Again, prepare yourself online. Prepare yourself digitally. I would have prepared myself digitally, surely, surely. At that time, the digitalization wasn't there, but still, I would have started it. I would have waited because job, so I could not have got, and I would have waited, my dear. What else? But I would have started it. I mean, there always you need to just do something, do something, do something more and more. You know what I wish to do now, as a person, is that along with the business, I think myself to be settled enough. So now I have been very active in theater during my college days, and now I would like to start theater once again. And theater as a professional, I would like to start. I would like to write a few scripts. I would like to direct a few plays. My father is a very good theater director. If you ever come to my place, you'll see all the national and international trophies in the drawing room of theater. So now I would like to do theater. लेकिन business तो मैंने किया होता बॉस. Business तो मैंने किया होता 100%. 2 साल रुक गया होता, पैंडेमिक अगर उस समय आ गया होता, पर मैं इसमें तो कूदा होता पक्का पक्का.
Thank you, sir. We have another question. It is from
Yes.
Jessica Anand. She is asking, is there still charges for the airport fee at Kathmandu Airport?
I have not done Kathmandu for so long. Now still I don't remember. I don't know whether there are any charges or not. But if I do a tour today of Kathmandu, or in fact if I send somebody to Kathmandu, this is the thing which I will inquire directly from the airport. I would not even rely on the supplier. So my dear, I don't know whether there are charges or not at this point of time. I have not done Kathmandu for the last nearly 10 years, I would say. So I don't remember. So sorry, I don't know. But still, if I have to go today by myself, or if I have to, in fact, send any of my customers, I would surely be giving them that information, that whether the Kathmandu airport fees is still required or not. I don't know as of now. And I think कि अब उन्होंने they have made Aadhaar card compulsory. Aadhaar card is compulsory now. I think that's because I keep on getting the mailers, from various suppliers. So I think that yes, Aadhaar card they have made somewhat compulsory, but still I would recheck everything. And if you want me to give you an answer in a yes or a no, whether there is an airport fees, whether is there no airport fees, then my answer is in between. I don't know. I have to check.
Hope that answers your
I
question.
will check and I'll get back to you.
Yes, thank you, sir. There is another question
Okay,
from
so
Jasmine
there is.
Pavla. Yes.
Yeah.
She is saying, I consider you have been really lucky with some adverse situation. What would you suggest to us as students if we face any?
You have been, in fact, lucky to get. Just let me read the message by myself. Just let me read the message by myself. And I consider you have been really lucky with some adverse situation. Absolutely right. What would you suggest to us as students if we face any? Well, my dear, if you face any of such situations which I really faced, then the very first thing is that you are doing the least. The situation is doing a lot for you. The situation itself is remodeling itself for you. You are doing the least because you don't have any ideas in front of you. You cannot be guided. all the decisions need to be taken are impromptu. So abhi wo baat hai that the situation is in fact playing with you, and you have to just play in the hands of the situation, and the things are going to find their answers, good or bad. They are going to find answers finally. They may find answers which are good to you. They may find, you may find answers which may not be good for you. But all you can do is that you can just play in the hands of the situation. I'm so sorry to use these words because you are helpless at that point of time. You don't know what to do, and you are simply folding your hands and you are just praying. Then the situation keeps on changing by itself. You cannot plan each and every second to those situations. फिर आप सिचुएशन के हाथ में प्ले करना स्टार्ट कर देते हो बच्चे. ये तो ऐसी बात है कि आपका कोई करीबी इंसान हॉस्पिटल में है और आप इनफैक्ट उस समय क्या करते हो, वही करते हो जो डॉक्टर आपको कहता है. तो डॉक्टर कौन है? डॉक्टर एक सिचुएशन है आपके सामने, तो उस समय आप वही करते हो. बट द ओनली थिंग इज दैट आई कैन नॉट इवन टेल यू दैट कीप योर काम, बिकॉज एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम कीपिंग काम इज अगेन एन इशू. बट यस, जस्ट स्टैंड देयर एंड what I did, I just stood there. मैं खड़ा हो गया कि now kill me or leave me. I'm standing here. I have done a mistake. I'm standing here. Kill me or leave me. It's on to you. This is the only thing I could have done. This is the only thing that I could have done, bache. This is the only thing I could have done. Maybe other people might have behaved in a more better manner than me. But I don't know. I was able to get out of all the nonsense every time. But it's the situation which plays with you. Just stand there and get the repercussions, feel the consequences of your actions at that point of time. Because you deserve it, because you were not prepared. Prepare yourself. Hope for the best and be prepared for the worst. This is an old adage. Hope for the best and be prepared for the worst. You have to be prepared for the worst if you hope for the best. If you hope for the best, my dear, you have to be prepared for the worst. Action लेते हो, risk लेते हो, तो फेल होने का खतरा तो है, और फेलुअर से अगर घबराओगे तो फिर सक्सेसफुल नहीं हो सकते. बिना गिरे दौड़ा नहीं जा सकता. आप मल्टीपल एक्सपीरियंसेस एक लाइफ टाइम पे नहीं ले सकते हो. सो गिरने को तो तैयार रहो, फेल होने को तैयार रहो. सेलिब्रेट दैट फेलियर ऑफ योर्स एंड गो with a lot of practice and preparation. Still, if something happens, it happens. What can we do? What can we do? What can we do? Nothing else. मुझे एक स्टोरी याद आ रही है जो मुझे मेरे फादर ने कई बार सुनाई थी, सुनाते हैं आज भी. दो ट्रेन्स हैं, वो आपस में चल रही हैं और दोनों ट्रेन्स का एक्सीडेंट होने वाला है. और एक आदमी वहां खड़ा हुआ, उससे पूछा गया कि आप ये दोनों ट्रेनों का एक्सीडेंट कैसे रोकोगे अगर आपको पता चल जाता है. उसने बोला जी मैं कॉल करूंगा रेलवे स्टेशन पर, मैं कंट्रोल रूम में कॉल करूंगा, मैं बोलूंगा कि ट्रेन आ रही हैं, एक्सीडेंट नहीं होना चाहिए. मैं खुद लाइन के ऊपर जाके लाल वो कपड़ा लेके खड़ा हो जाऊंगा कि ट्रेन रुक जाओ, एक्सीडेंट होने वाला आगे, ट्रेन की वो लाइन रुकी हुई है और आप लोगों को ये प्रॉब्लम आ जाएगी, वो प्रॉब्लम आ जाएगी. मैं उससे बात करूंगा, मैं उससे बात करूंगा, मैं उससे बात करूंगा. उसने बोला फिर भी अगर एक्सीडेंट हो जाता है, उसने बोला फिर मैं कुर्सी लगाऊंगा, कोक की बोतल खोलूंगा और कोक पीऊंगा और साथ में एक्सीडेंट होता हुआ देखूंगा. क्योंकि then I will play in the hands of the situation. सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वॉर में भी एक बहुत बड़ा उनका जनरल था अलाइड फोर्सेस का, मुझे नाम भूल रहा है, उसने भी यही कहा था, आई कैन फायर द बेस्ट बुलेट इन माई गन, आई कैन फायर विद द बेस्ट बुलेट इन माई गन, आई कैन फायर विद द बेस्ट स्पिरिट इन माई बॉडी, स्टिल इफ आई लूज व्हाट मे आई डू. मतलब मैं गोली चला सकता हूं, मैं जोश से लड़ सकता हूं, मैं मर सकता हूं, मैं प्लान कर सकता हूं, मैं फिर भी फंस गया तो फंस गया, फिर क्या करूं. फेस द रिपरकशंस, आगे को चलेंगे. और क्या, और कुछ बेटा? एनीथिंग एल्स?
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All the best.
Thank you so much for.
Enjoy yourself. Have fun, my dear students. Enjoy yourself. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Means a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thanks
Vijay.
a lot,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All the best. All the best.
Now, I would like to invite Jiteshwar and Arav for conducting their activities. Over to you, Jiteshwar and Arav.
Hi everyone. कैसे हो सब?
Hi. बढ़िया.
Prabjot, can you start the PPT? ओके गाइस, तो हम सब ने आपके आंसर्स देखे थे एंड बहुत अच्छे आंसर्स थे, बट उनमें से जो हमें बेस्ट लगे थे हमने वही सिलेक्ट किए हैं. तो मेनली बेसिकली एक्टिविटी में होगा क्या, जो तुमने आंसर्स दिए थे हमें अपने करियर को डिस्क्राइब करते हुए, वो होंगे और तुमने हमें बताना है कि वो कौन से वाले हैं. आप अनम्यूट करके बोल सकते हो या फिर चैट बॉक्स में लिखना, जैसे आपको कंफर्टेबल है वैसे कर देना. सो स्टार्ट करें.
Yes.
ओके, फर्स्ट वन. I talk to myself in front of a large number of young people while they scroll through Instagram.
Influencer.
No,
Blogger.
नहीं.
Nice try, but no.
And ये ना हम सब मिलते हैं इनसे रोज.
Live.
We are students.
No, no,
हम इनसे रोज करते हैं.
exactly, teachers. Okay, next one.
Reels.
Next we have
Prabjot.
next we have my job is telling the same stories every day to people from different lands.
Tour guide.
Teacher.
Tour guide.
Exactly, tour guide.
Guide.
Very nice.
Next one. I can turn even the ugliest things look good in a flash.
Cinematographer.
Editor.
Photographer.
Perfect.
Exactly.
Very nice. Next we have people pay me to mix up different liquids which make them feel funny.
Stand-up comedy.
Chemistry has to
Bartender.
Yeah, bartender किसने कहा?
Bartender.
Stand-up comedy.
No, it's bartender. Okay, next. I decorate burnt up plants and animals and people pay me for that. So, come on guys, हम रोज करते हैं ये almost. मतलब यूनिवर्सिटी वाले टाइम तो.
हर हॉस्टल में भी मिलते हैं ये. Come on guys, guess.
Cooking. Chef.
Yeah, related to that. Cook करते
Chef.
हैं. Exactly.
Gas stove.
Exactly, chef.
Chefs.
The next we have not fascinated enough with computers to learn to code, nor am I any Picasso. So mixed up these both up. Any guesses?
Or artist.
Yeah,
Editor,
kind
graphic
of.
designer.
Yeah, exactly. Graphic designer.
Graphic designer. Very good.
Okay, next. I enjoy romantic walks down the airplane aisle.
Cabin crew.
Cabin crew.
Air hostess? Yeah, air hostess, cabin crew. Yeah, flight attendant.
Flight attendant. I get paid to attend parties
DJ.
and conferences every day.
पीछे भी हो सकता है, but
Wedding planner.
exactly.
Wedding
planners.
Bravo, wedding planner. Event manager.
Okay, that was it, guys. Thank you all. And हमने जैसे बोला था जिसका बेस्ट आंसर होगा उसको कुछ ना कुछ जरूर मिलेगा. And we'll tell that in next session. And seriously बहुत बड़ा वो है, advantage है. So stay tuned for that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you,
Over to
Jyotish.
Jaslina and Nikhil, sir.
Hi,
Jyotish, can you share the
good afternoon,
screen?
everyone.
Good afternoon, everyone. So we are back for another
Yeah.
fun activity. And again, we'll test your GK with some locations.
Prabjot, can you please present? Thank you.
Thank you, Prabjot. So yeah, TSCP welcomes you again. And the next slide. So you have to recognize the location by reading a fact. Okay, Prabjot, next slide. So the fact is, it is popular for its changing color ability, and its color changes from shades of blue to green and to red.
Taj Mahal.
Pangong Lake. Pangong Lake.
Hey,
Iceland.
Yeah, that's the right answer. Pangong Lake.
Yes, guys, it's Pangong Lake. Next slide, Prabhu.
Yeah, a desert which is home to over 225 species of birds.
Sugna Lake.
No. जो guys सोचो बहुत फेमस है बहुत ज्यादा नहीं
Run of Kutch.
no
No.
Sahara Desert.
no
Thar Desert.
Thar Desert नहीं
Okay, guys, we can give you another hint. It is in the north of India.
बहुत फेमस है guys बहुत फेमस है
Ladakh.
Monsoon.
Yes,
That's
Pranshul, you're
Leh.
right. Okay, so the next fact is in 2009, it held the world's first underwater cabinet meeting.
Kerala.
Maldives.
Maldives
Yes,
yeah
yeah, you're right. All these.
guys the next fact is the place with magical monasteries magical monasteries guys
Tibet.
नहीं
It's in India.
Ladakh.
Leh.
नहीं
Wait, Sikkim.
no
No.
Arunachal
Again, it's in north.
Manali.
नहीं
Dharamshala.
no yeah the right answer is Spiti.
Okay, so the next fact, it is the temple that consists of Shivlingam, and which is frequently struck by lightning and is shattered into pieces.
Bijli Mahadev.
Bijli
Yeah,
Mahadev.
that's right. Bijli Mahadev.
You're right, Madhav. Yes, it's Bijli Mahadev.
Bijli Mahadev.
The city is smaller in size than Central Park in New York City.
Sikkim.
No,
नहीं
it's not in
हार गया.
India. Again,
It's not
one.
in India. Yeah. बिस्किट भी आता है इस नाम से.
Vatican City.
बिस्किट भी आता है इस नाम से.
Monaco.
Yeah.
So the next fact is this place has almost 180,000 islands, and more than that is more than any country on earth.
Philippines? No.
Is it Finland? Italy.
Yes,
नहीं.
it's Finland.
Greenland.
Harshita. It's
It's
Finland.
Venice
Harshita.
City.
It's Greenland.
Finland. Yeah. Okay, so guys, the next fact is it is an earthquake-proof city.
Japan.
पर बहुत बड़ा जीके में नहीं.
New Zealand.
No.
नहीं. यार जीके की बुक्स होती थी उसमें बहुत बार आया है ये नाम.
Japan.
जो 8th 9th नहीं.
I remember, but मुंह पे नहीं आ रहा.
Wellington, New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Okay, we can give you another hint. This is part of Seven Wonders of World.
Wellington.
नहीं.
No.
Egypt.
One of seven
Guys,
wonders.
seven
in the
wonders
world.
है.
इटली में भी
इटली नहीं
China.
Machu Picchu.
नहीं
Yes,
या
yes,
राइट
Rishabh.
आंसर
Istanbul.
माचू पिच्चू
New Zealand.
Okay, so the next fact is here you can order Max on skis. Max
मैकडी
is
मतलब
for
गाइस
McDonald's. McDonald's.
मनाली अटल टनल
नॉट मनाली इट्स आउट ऑफ इंडिया
Switzerland.
No.
नहीं
Guys, ये तुम में से किसी ने हमको फैक्ट्स दिए हैं, हमने वही ऐड किए हैं, तो we were really expecting कि हाँ, but चलो. Any other
Sweden.
guesses? हाँ, yeah,
Sweden.
Prabhu, it's
Yeah,
Sweden.
that's right answer, Jyot. Okay, guys, the next fact is here you can experience sunny beaches and snowy mountains on the same island. Sunny beaches and snowy mountains. Come on, guys. बहुत famous है.
No?
डांस भी बहुत famous है वहाँ का.
हम में से किसी
Italy.
ने definitely no.
नहीं.
Definitely annual function या किसी में किया होगा ऐसे डांस.
Hawaii.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's the right
Hawaii.
answer. Hawaii.
Yes, Rishabh.
Santa Cruz, California.
Okay, so next fact is the coins of this place features Disney characters like Star Wars characters and more on it.
Disneyland.
डिज्नीलैंड पेरिस
नहीं.
Play like the answer is New Islands. Island.
So, guys, ये बहुत interesting सा है. Except India, this place is the only country having Hindi as an official language.
Fiji.
Indonesia.
Nepal.
Fiji, yeah, that's the right answer. Fiji. नहीं यार नेपाल नहीं. Fiji. Official. Yeah.
So the next fact is this place has the most castles in Europe.
फ्रांस
No. Okay,
Germany.
guys. ये कंट्री अभी डिवाइड हुई थी अभी मतलब like few years back
Wales.
ये कंट्री डिवाइड हुई थी into two.
Wales.
No.
Is it Wales?
Scotland.
No.
Northumberland.
No, Tenzin, it's not Germany. So the answer is Czech Republic.
World's happiest country. ये तो आता ही होगा यार.
अभी सर्च करेंगे ये गूगल पे.
Sweden.
फिनलैंड
अब तक लिया. नहीं
Bhutan.
तो.
हर्षिता
भूटान
can you
नहीं.
Finland.
Yeah.
North.
Finland.
This is
Finland?
Finland. So, okay, guys, ये last वाला है.
So,
With the next
yeah,
answer.
the country has the most lakes of than any country with nearly 32,000 lakes.
यहाँ तो सब जाना चाहते हैं यहाँ.
सब जाना
Canada.
नहीं
इंडिया
चाहते.
इंडिया ये एक तरह से समझ लो.
Canada.
Canada.
Second
Canada.
country है मेरा ये.
Okay, guys. So that's the
Thank
end of the
you.
activity.
Ishan, I wanted to ask, is there any update?
No, Jasleen ma'am, not right now. I have tried searching it out, but the number I cannot find it. So you can make a new account.
Okay, guys, so we'll be sharing our social handles in the TSCP group, and we want you to follow and subscribe for our next upcoming events. And please kindly follow so that you can stay tuned and updated. So we'll be sharing it right now, and we really expect you to follow. And also, there's another announcement that we have a Instagram account of UIHTM official page. We are not able to we do not have access to that page, so that page will not work anymore. The link we sent for the new page, you can follow that, and you can unfollow the page we didn't have access to. Okay.
Sure, ma'am.
Thank you. Lakshita, over
Over
to
to you,
you.
Lakshita.
Thank you so much. And I thank all of you for joining in today. We would be back with another activity next weekend. So hope that you would all join with that in that activity too. Thank you so much today, and thank you so much. Just that is it. And if you have any feedback or suggestions for us, we would leave a Google form for you in the TSCP group. You can add your suggestions or any other.
Also, I wanted to add that feedback form will count your attendance. So do fill it, because we will have a track of attendance with the same. So yeah, and please do follow. We'll be sharing the link soon, and we expect you to follow and subscribe the channel and the page. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, everyone, for all your efforts.
Pleasure.
Guys.
Thank you
you
so
to
much,
all.
guys. Great job.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone.
टीम प्लीज मीटिंग के बाद रहना यहीं पर ही. Prabjot,
Yes, sir.
you know what to do, na?
About what?
यार ये मीटिंग मतलब एक्स्ट्रा जो भी है मतलब उनको.
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, हाँ जी. Yeah, sure. All good.
Yes.
Recording कर दिया.
Recording off कर दो यार.
हाँ जी भाई साहब, सब शक्ल दिखाओ आपको. गुड इवनिंग सर.
क्या
गुड इवनिंग
था?
सर.
क्या था?